I'm going to cover animal mutilations and mention a little bit about the Rendlesham Forest UFO incident. So, yeah, I've called it Mutilations, Stay Open and Explore. Now, the person who made that statement was Peter Hyatt, the statement analyst, because I got him to analyse words from Neil Armstrong. And when I gave him the Neil Armstrong analysis and paid him to analyse Neil Armstrong's words, he said, "Oh, I feel a bit guilty taking your money off you, because of course Neil Armstrong walked on the moon." But after he'd done the analysis, he said, "Well, we need to stay open and explore, I think." So that did change his mind, I believe, and his wife's. So it's a very good statement, stay open and explore. Now, the Rendlesham Forest UFO incident is Britain's most famous UFO case and probably Britain's most controversial UFO case. This happened in 1980 at an American base in the UK, American military base. Lights were seen in the sky. Some airmen were sent out to investigate, and they came across a landed craft. There were a number of people witnessed it. So it was triangular. It was about 9 feet by 9 feet by 9 feet, and pyramid-like, very, very smooth sides. And one of these airmen walked up to it and actually touched it with his hand and then drew a picture of it. And then at some point, the thing gradually rose off the ground to a certain height and then just disappeared in the blink of an eye. And these airmen, they state strongly that this is no known craft, all right? A couple of nights later, more lights were seen in the sky, and the deputy commander of the base was sent out this time, and he forensically analysed the landing site of the first craft. He then witnessed lights in the sky himself, which were shining a beam down into the weapons storage area. So this is a nuclear weapons storage area, which caused great concern. It's also alleged that on that second night, which was 2 nights after the triangular craft was witnessed, another craft landed and extraterrestrials were witnessed and interacted with some of the airmen. That's the basic claims of the Rendlesham Forest UFO incident. So what I've done, I have selected the 3 what I would call most prominent witnesses in that case, and I have sent their statements to Peter Hyatt to be analysed. Now, unfortunately, he has not finished the analysis yet. All right, he's still working on it now, so I can't present any of it in this year's tour. But do look out for it, because it will be a film that I'm making probably through the summer, which will feature analysis of the words of Jim Penniston. So this is the airman who actually touched this landed UFO. He's given many interviews, and I've specifically selected interviews where the person is speaking freely and not being interrupted too much by an interviewer. Charles Holt, as I mentioned, the deputy commander of the base, I've selected an interview from him. And also Larry Warren, who's the guy who says he saw extraterrestrials. I'm hoping to clear up all of the controversy of the Rendlesham Forest incident with simple statement analysis, because I think that can happen. Shitty blue fleece. Now, in last year's tour, I spoke about this crashed vehicle. So this is, it's not a UFO, it's a man-made craft. It has a crew compartment, but the significant thing about this crash retrieval is it was a secret, undisclosed flying vehicle. So I'm going to show you a schematic that Michael Schratt drew. The information comes from a guy called Mark McCandlish, who was one of the original Disclosure Project witnesses. So this craft crashed in East Germany in 1989, and it had some very interesting characteristics. So we see it here with 3 very large spheres in each of the 3 corners. So we've got no wings, we've got no engine, we've got no propellers. So the craft is managing to stay off the ground via some propulsion system which is being generated by these spheres. Okay. Now, my opinion is it's using what's called a field propulsion system, which is something which is classified. If you look at Andrew Johnson's book, Finding the Secret Space Program, he features this drawing in there. And it's interesting that when Andrew put this in his book, he got a snotty email off Mark McCandlish. And I thought, well, why would he be upset at this? You know, Andrew was being objective with the evidence. I thought he would be happy that someone is speaking about his disclosures. Anyway, in the sketch, I noticed that in the aerial view, it's very triangular. It's almost an equilateral triangle. We see it here as well. And we note also it has dimensions on the two sides, length being 11 and the width 10. But that's not how Michael Schratt has drawn it. He has drawn it, well, they even give it the name, the dart, right? So to me, he's drawn it wrong. The ratio of that side to that side should be 11 to 10, according to the sketch. So what I've done, I've redrawn it with what I think are the correct ratio of the sides. I think it should look more like that. If we put some texture on there, and then look at an artist's rendition of the Rendlesham Forest craft. So remember, Rendlesham Forest is 1980. This is 1989 when this vehicle was retrieved. Here's an artist's impression of the Rendlesham UFO, which is believed by many people to be an extraterrestrial flying vehicle. We put them side by side. I think, my opinion is on that first night, those airmen witnessed a secret craft, and that was highly classified, and a panic happened, so they concocted something on the third night, right? But I will wait for the statement analysis to come back from these three key witnesses before I jump in with both feet and start calling people a liar, all right? But I do hope that Peter's analysis is going to eventually shed some light on this case. Where there's been, if you followed it, you will know the arguments have been going on for decades. All right, let's come on to the issue of animal mutilation, something which is one of the most profound things happening on this planet. For those who aren't aware of it, animals are found regularly all over the world with strange surgical holes in their body. Organs are missing from the inside. Sometimes the holes are too small for the organs to pass through, so the organs are somehow removed from the body by some unknown method. Often the blood is removed. There's usually no blood on the carcass and no blood around the animal, no footprints around the animal. And this happens far more regular than people realize. And it's going on in many places around the world. So this is David Caton, who has researched the animal mutilation phenomenon for many years. He's a former aircraft engineer. And I hooked up with him in 2009, and we made a film called Silent Killers. And it's mainly about UK animal mutilation cases that David has documented, along with his group called the Animal Pathology Field Unit. So you can watch the film online. It's called Silent Killers, and it's 10 years now since we made that film. We then made another film in 2010, all about one particular case, a horse called Rascal that was discovered in Sussex with many of the classic mutilation injuries on its body. Now, this is Linda Moulton Howe, who's an American researcher, and she's probably the world's leading gatherer of information on this phenomenon. She's been going since the 1970s, and her website is called earthfiles.com. Please go on her website. In order to read her detailed reports on animal mutilation, you need to pay $6 a month, I think it is. The reason why I'm giving this a plug is because I've taken some of Linda's images, which are behind this $6 paywall, in order to use in this lecture. And I hope she doesn't mind me using some of her images, because I am telling people, go on her website if you want more detailed information, pay the $6 a month and read through the many hundreds of reports that she's written. So whenever she hears about an animal mutilation incident, she is extremely good at getting high definition images and interviewing witnesses, right? She's prolific. I remember when we went to that case in Sussex, my mobile phone went, and it was an international call. I didn't know who it was, and it's Linda Moulton Howe, demanding high definition images. I don't even know how she got my phone number, right? So she has gathered so many images over the years, since the 1970s. So the point is, her website is just it's full of good data. I don't necessarily agree with some of her conclusions on a number of issues, but she has collected a vast amount of evidence that I'm going to look at today. So what I've done, I've selected cases of Linda's from the last 10 years, right? This phenomenon goes back further. In fact, some people think, oh yeah, animal mutilations, that was happening in the 1970s, wasn't it? No, it's happening right now, as much as it ever was. And I'm going to show you that by starting from 2018 and going backwards 10 years. So in all of the cases I'm going to show you, because I'm going to show you several dozen cases very, very quickly, just so you get a feel for what's going on with the animal mutilation phenomenon. No tracks or footprints are ever found around the animal, vehicle prints or footprints. Sometimes the animals are in very remote locations, not near any footpath or road or easily accessible. So it doesn't look like there's been people on the ground near these mutilated animals. The evidence of animals being dropped is present, right? So quite often the animal will have broken legs or broken back, indicating that the animal's been mutilated and then dropped on the ground from a height. There's no evidence of any animal mutilation case being tranquilized before its death, right? So researchers believe that these animals are mutilated while they're still alive, okay? So what I'm going to do, it's only going to take about 10 minutes, right? We'll get through it, but it's necessary to show you all these graphic images so you get an understanding of what's going on. If you don't want to see that, then leave the room now, anyone sensitive to it. But as I say, it'll take about 10 minutes and we'll get through it, and then I can start to do some analysis on that data. Okay, so Nebraska, USA, August 2018, 9 cases of cattle mutilation. Note the map in the top left-hand corner that I've put here, which will give you a feel for how widespread these cases are happening. Santa Fe, Argentina, August 2018, precise cuts on tongues and genitals, 7 pregnant cattle mutilated. Santa Fe, Argentina again, August 2018, genitals excised, jaw strip. Thousands of other cases in this region have been reported. Santa Fe, Argentina, August 2018, rectal core, tongue removed, genitals removed and a jaw strip. Buenos Aires, Argentina, September 2017, bloodless mutilation, the farmer believes the ET hypothesis. La Pampa, Argentina, September 2017, vaginal tissue bloodlessly excised, jaw flesh, tongue, right ear and eye excised, no traces of blood in any of the cuts. Alberta, Canada, June 2017, scrotum and rectum bloodlessly excised. Colorado, USA, June 2017, udder, vagina and jaw excised. Orange spheres 3 feet wide in sky witnessed by a farmer. He had suffered 5 or 6 previous mutilations. Colorado, USA, May 2017, jaw excised, rectal core, heart area incised, teats removed. Kansas, USA, December 2015, 2,500 pound bull, genitals neatly removed. It was young and fit, vet confirmed, no sign of tranquilizer and could not establish cause of death. So just think about that. Hasn't been tranquilized. I'll give you a sharp knife. There you go. There's a 2,500 pound bull in that field. Go and cut its bollocks off. Neatly. Entre Rios, Argentina, September 2015, bull and 3 cows. The 2 circles are where the penis and testicles were bloodlessly removed, cows' udders removed and sex organs removed. So this is where the penis was, and you see we don't have a hole in the carcass, so that's been cut to a very precise depth in the hide, so the penis will come away, leaving it like that. That's extreme precision. And just remember this image. This is September 2015, and it's in Argentina. So bull and 3 cows, 2 circles are where the penis and testicles were bloodlessly removed. Arizona, USA, August 2015, 1 male elk and 5 female elk. Female's teats from udders removed, rectum and vagina removed, jaw stripped. The male had the scrotum and penis removed. Alberta, Canada, June 2015, cow had just had a 3-month-old calf, the udder removed and incision in abdomen, bloodless. La Pampa, Argentina, April 2015, cow had jaw, tongue, eyes and genitals cleanly excised. Nebraska, USA, December 2014, bull was in perfect health, rib incision, ear and eye excised, lower lip bloodlessly removed, broken leg and socket out of joint, probably dropped. Nebraska, USA, reported in September 2014, pregnant cow suffered jaw strip, rectal core, tongue, ears and all but 1 teat removed, both dew claws on 1 leg surgically excised, bloodless, unborn calf not taken. Kansas, USA, June 2014. Jaw stripped, tongue removed, genitals removed. Calf was within 200 yards of the owner's house with dogs, but nothing was heard. Alberta, Canada, reported May 2014. Cow with front, shoulder and leg bloodlessly cut, jaw and ear stripped, oval cut into the abdomen. Nebraska, USA, August 2013. Jaw strip and dew claws removed. Nebraska, USA, August 2013. Pregnant cow landed head first. Circular incision of rectum and vaginal tissue removed. Tail excised. Nebraska, USA, June 2013. 4 cows with jaw strips, tongues removed, unborn calf removed, which was 3 to 4 months old, bloodless. The 4th cow was still alive. So this cow didn't have any mutilation injuries on it, but it was on the ground and it couldn't get up because it had shoulder injury. So that cow had been dropped from a height, but a height which wasn't high enough to kill it, just injure it. Washington State, USA, reported February 2013 cow with jaw excised. Antareas, Argentina, July 2012. 2 cases, a horse with a chest incision, cow with jaws, genitals, rectum excised, plus extraction of internal organs. Montana, USA, June 2012. Surgical excision from hide, removal of heart, pericardium sac, vulva genital tissue and roof of vagina removed. April 2012, Georgia, USA. Bull calf had penis removed in a nearly perfect circle, eyes excised and bloodless. So just look at that and compare it with the image I just showed you, which was, this is 3.5 years earlier, and it's thousands of miles from Argentina, where the other one was, and we've got an almost identical incision there. Missouri, USA, February 2012. Pregnant cow, rectum cord, surface vaginal tissue taken, eye surgically removed, tongue excised from deep inside the mouth. Wales, Devon and Cornwall, UK, January 2012. There were 5 horses mutilated within 2 weeks. The genitals, tongue, ear, eye, teats removed, all bloodless. I've actually got a letter from the woman in West Wales who had her horse mutilated, and she was really upset about it. The police were lying to her, she claims, and also the RSPCA. Missouri, USA, January 2012. Cow with udder and vaginal tissue, surgically excised. Anyone remember the game Top Trumps? I'm always thinking of new product ideas for the Rich Planet website. I'm trying to break up the monotony here of this. So you will be able to buy your pack of animal mutilation Top Trumps and wear your shitty blue fleece and your 2 baseball caps, of course. Onwards. Georgia, USA, August 2011. Deer with circular excision of vaginal and rectal tissues, no blood on ground. Texas, USA, February 2011. Horse with circular rectal core, excision of face. Sussex, UK. This is my image that I gave to Linda Moulton Howe. October 2010. A gelding with jaw, neck and rectum excised, skin removed from penis, also chestnuts removed. Montana, USA, reported October 2010. Pregnant cow with jaw, tongue, eye, ear and udder excised, bloodless. And note the similarity in nearby months. Okay, that's it. That's all I'm going to show you on the large animal mutilation cases.